Today I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review of this beautiful 2018 Audi RS3, finished in this fantastic Nardo Grey paint scheme. I'm going to talk about the powertrain features, the performance, the exterior, then we're going to hop into the interior, talk about some of the features in there, and take it on a quick drive and decide if it can really compete against other sports sedans in the market, like the BMW M3 and the Cadillac CTS-V. So let's get right into the review. The RS3 is powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged inline 5-cylinder engine, and that's actually a pretty rare engine configuration. I really don't see that many cars with inline 5-cylinders. In fact, the only other car I can think of with the 5-cylinder inline engine is the Audi TT RS, which actually shares the exact same engine as this car. It puts out 400 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque for a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission and an active torque variable all-wheel drive system. So it's probably got really good driving dynamics, as I'm about to find out, and it has a really cool sound as well because of the unique cylinder firing order Audi gave it. The cylinders fire 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, and that makes it extremely smooth upon driving, I've heard, and gives it a really fantastic engine note with the electronically controlled exhaust valves. As far as driving performance goes, the RS3 comes with adjustable magnetic ride control dampers that can be put in a soft setting if you're just cruising around a neighborhood, maybe going over speed bumps or around in a parking lot, or you can opt to have them stiffen up electronically for a more stiff ride for going around a track or even just doing some spirited driving. Or if you want even more hardcore track focused suspension, you can opt to take the magnetic ride dampers out and put a fixed sports suspension setup in to make it really stiff, really track focused. And it also comes with a standard torque vectoring system where it will apply a bit of brake pressure to the inside brake in the back of the car when you're going around turns, just to kind of yank the car around, really increase that yaw angle and help you come around those turns really cleanly. It's got a progressive steering system where it'll be kind of tight when you're just making small adjustments, or really loose the farther you turn the steering wheel to make it easier to cut around bigger turns, which is a very good feature. It also does acceleration pretty well. 0 to 60 is in just 3.9 seconds, and the top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour. But if you opt to have the Dynamic Plus package put in, that electronic limiter is going to get raised to 174 miles per hour, so it can become pretty hardcore depending on how you spec it. Moving on to the exterior, the RS3 has kind of a sleeper-like look to it, with nothing too exaggerated or too aggressive. It just looks like a normal sedan with just a few touches that hint at its inner performance. This one is finished in Nardo Grey with the Black Optics package that has a lot of gloss black parts like the grille surround, the mirror caps, and the spoiler. Up front, it has an RS single frame grille that adds a bit of aggressiveness to the front of the car, but again without being too aggressive or too exaggerated. It also has those classic Audi style full LED headlights, and moving on to the side, it has 19-inch rims with red RS brake calipers. Part of what I really like about the side of the car though is the aggressive side crease that really makes it look sleek, but again it's not too overdone. And finally, in the back of the car you have that little spoiler lip, some LED taillights, and RS specific oval exhaust, plus a very small diffuser. Overall, it's actually a pretty aerodynamic car. The base drag coefficient is just 0.33, but unfortunately the base curb weight is a little bit high. It's 3,593 pounds, which isn't too bad, but again, maybe a little bit more than you would usually want in a sports car. Now, real quick before we take it out on a drive, I'd like to show you guys around this beautifully luxurious interior, because it is a very nice interior that I think can easily compete, if not beat out, the other cars in this market, the sports sedans like the M3 and the Cadillac CTS-V. I think this car can match their luxurious interiors, if not beat them out, with its really fine, high-quality materials like leather and Alcantara and available carbon fiber accents. Something that is immediately standing out to me is this beautifully crafted Audi RS steering wheel with the Audi RS logo on the bottom. It's a 3-spoke steering wheel, very, very thin, very high-quality looking, very high-quality feeling. The only issue with this steering wheel is that I've noticed a lot of people don't like having Alcantara on the sides of the steering wheel, because it kind of tends to get flat and yucky after you've been holding on to it with sweaty hands on track days for a long time. It just kind of gets not so nice when you're constantly touching it all the time to try and drive your car. So that is a bit of a downside, but I'm sure that there are other steering wheel options you can have. Maybe get this swapped out so it's completely leather wrapped. But right in its new condition, the Alcantara is very nice. And you've also got these beautiful diamond quilted Audi RS sports seats in here, and these have a fantastic design to them. Just by looking at them, you can tell they're super luxurious, super high quality, and they feel really comfortable as well. I'm sure these side bolsters really hold you in. They can adjust manually in 8 different directions, and then you've also got 4-way power lumbar adjustments. So overall, that's 12-way combination of manual and power adjustments. So they're very, very high quality, very comfortable, although they do probably add a fair amount of weight to the car. And here you can also see that this particular RS3 has been spec'd with the optional MMI touchpad that allows you to write in entries for the 7-inch infotainment screen that comes out of the dashboard instead of having to try and move some buttons around and select letters on a keyboard that you can't actually touch, which is a very, very nice feature to have in here. And that technology package also has the available 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and the available 14-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. But then since this is a sports sedan, it also has to be practical, so it has 10 cubic feet of cargo space, and the rear seats actually have a fair amount of space and look pretty comfortable. All right, let's take the RS3 out for a spin around the parking lot. Unfortunately, it is a little bit raining. In the parking lot, the brakes feel tight. The acceleration feels like it's right there. Steering isn't too loose. That's good too. The suspension is a little bit stiff, but you want that. Yeah, just a little acceleration. It's actually pretty fast, considering. Alright, now I'll just leave it here so they can move it back into the showroom because it is raining. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, and go ahead and check out my channel because I've got a ton of exotic supercar and hypercar reviews up. So subscribe, and thanks for watching.